It is repetition which makes for perfection.
Now I did notice like this thing that's being thrown. Now I understand it's like a gambit effect. The one thing I will say about the drawing, if you can see here, if you see the outline of this effect, it just kind of clears this knee. And it looks like it's actually behind the knee, which doesn't make sense in that the character's throwing it in front of the character. It's coming towards us perspective-wise, given how large it is. So the glow of it can't be behind this outstretched knee. So, and it can't be exactly the glow. You could argue, well, maybe it follows the contour of that knee, but that's what we call a bad tangent. If this exterior glow follows exactly along the contour of that knee, it's just very coincidental that that occurs, and what happens is it basically makes the background and the foreground one and the same, which creates this weird optical illusion, flattening out the image, right? So an example of this is if one were to have, landscape, and you have like two pyramids, right? And there's a moon, right? And normally you would, if the moon, theoretically, yes, you could take a photo of the moon like sitting right on top of that pyramid. But you can see how doing so makes it look like the moon is on top of that pyramid. So we'll take this object that's thousands of miles away, place it right on top of something that's maybe several miles away, and basically kind of ruining the perspective, right? So that's why typically if there's a moon, you do something like this, or this, right? You hide part of it around, and the mind understands that this object is in front of this object's in front of this object, and there's that kind of spatial, it's the same thing when people have the Leaning Tower of Pisa, and they're standing there with their finger on it like this, right? Why is his pants down? Hold on. No, that's not any better. There we go. Anyway, so it's to create that illusion that this finger is touching that object, right? And so in comics, in illustration, you want to avoid doing that thing unless that's what you meant to do intentionally. So I'm gonna have to blast this in front of the knee, and you're gonna do it in a way so that I don't break. You don't want to do it so that even similar is bad. So you got to do something that is really, boom, kind of blows out that knee. And so there's no doubt whatsoever that it's in front, right? So the thing with hair, even though I've done some of this stuff, that's the 4 locks on his forehead here, is to go from the root to the tip. If you want something that's wispier, if you want something that's like chunkier, you just ink it like anything else. You go all the way around and go like here and here. But see, there's a flatness to that, and it makes the hair kind of thick. If you do this, the mind does register like there is slight tapering of the line, right? And with that slight taper, it just feels like it's bouncing off the page a little bit. You're seeing a shadow of a hair as opposed to the actual hair itself. That makes a big difference. It's kind of one of the things I get out of this is being able to influence a lot of up and coming artists, and kind of sharing my love and passion and whatever knowledge I've sort of gleaned over the years of how I sort of draw and put together illustrations. So thank you guys for tuning in.